Ethiopia, coffee's birthplace, Africa's heart, and ancient roots. Settled since prehistoric times. Meet Dahomey, an ancient kingdom older than Egypt. Across the Red Sea, the legendary Kingdom of Saba. Were they one kingdom? Historians debate. Legend says this was Queen of Sheba's home. She loved Solomon, had his son, who ruled Ethiopia. A royal line, claiming descent from King Solomon. The Ark of the Covenant, still safe in Ethiopia for 2,500 plus years. Around 400 BC, Dahomey faded into city-states. Axum rose, Ethiopia's first documented superpower. United northern highlands by the 1st century BC. From the plateau, they expanded their reach. By the 1st century AD, a key trade hub with Rome and India. A Persian scholar called Axum a top global power. Axum minted gold coins, traded across continents. Around 325 AD, Christianity became the state religion. First state to put crosses on its coins. Izana conquered north, reaching Egypt's Roman border. Titles: King of Kings, Saba, Salhan Himyar. Modern Yemen. Did he rule, or just get tribute? Axum peaked with King Caleb. He invaded Arabia in 520 AD against Himyar's Jewish king, who persecuted Christians. 5 years later, an Axumite general seized power. This general, Abraham of Himyar, fought Mecca in 570. Arab empires rise, the beginning of their end. Axum lost Roman trade, cut off from the west. A slow decline, shrinking back to the highlands. Alodia formed north, converting to Coptic Christianity. They spoke Nubian, unlike Axum's Semitic script. Around 1000 AD, a pagan warlord destroyed Axum. Churches burned, royal family hunted. Her dynasty fell in 1137 to the Zagwe dynasty. Zagwe's most famous ruler, Lalibela. He carved 11 rock-hewn churches, built a new Jerusalem. But they didn't claim Solomon's lineage. Around 1270, a new dynasty did, ruling 700-plus years, briefly interrupted by the 14-year Abyssinian Adal War. Adal Sultanate annexed Abyssinia with Ottoman help, but Ethiopians, with Portuguese aid, pushed them back. The Age of Princes, 1769 to 1855, a fractured nation. Emperors were figureheads in Gondar. Local warlords fought for control. Tewodros II restored the dynasty's power, but he died by suicide, avoiding capture. The British sacked the capital, taking royal treasures. Egypt invaded in 1874, aiming for Nile control. Their army included American and European officers. Ethiopia modernized its military, winning decisively. Emperor Johannes died in battle 13 years later. His successor, Menelik II, expanded Ethiopia. He defeated a full Italian invasion. Italians expected an easy win, but it was bloody. 40 years later, Mussolini invaded again. 500,000 men, 600 aircraft, 800 tanks. Still a brutal, long war. Italians gained little, committing atrocities. Emperor Haile Selassie returned from exile. The British and Ethiopians fought back in 1941. Italian rule ended. Monarchy restored. Haile Selassie began reforms. But modernization was slow. During the Cold War, the U.S. backed Selassie. Drought and famine in 1974 led to a coup. A socialist military faction took over. They saw Selassie as a Western agent. Eritrea united, forming a chaotic state. Disaster policies, infighting. Mengistu Haile Mariam took power, Soviet-style rule. Famine and genocide followed. In 1991, rebels neared Addis Ababa. Mengistu fled to Zimbabwe, where he still lives. Ethiopia formed a transitional government. New constitution, regions could secede. Eritrea left immediately. This is modern Ethiopia. I am Epimetheus. Thanks to my patrons and subscribers. New here? Hit sub, bell, and like. They saw Selassie as a tool of the corrupt West. Joined forces with Eritrea, turning into a chaotic mess, torn by fights and bad plans. Rolled out socialist policies. Mengistu Haile Mariam finally ended a decade-long power struggle. Tried building a Soviet-style state. Famines and genocide, the whole package. In 1991, rebels were storming Addis Ababa. He fled, granted asylum. Here are a few options. Choose the one that best fits the tone of your video. Option 1. Direct and engaging. In Zimbabwe, as a guest of President Robert Mugabe. Still living there. Option 2. Slightly more descriptive. In Zimbabwe, invited by President Robert Mugabe himself. He's still there. Option 3. Focus on the guest aspect. As President Robert Mugabe's official guest in Zimbabwe, he still calls it home. At 80, still fighting extradition. Ethiopia got a transitional government. They wrote a new constitution. What if any region could leave? Eritrea did. And that's modern Ethiopia. This is Epimetheus. Huge thanks to my amazing Patreon supporters. You help keep this channel running. Hey there, new here? Hit subscribe and that notification bell. Hit that bell so you never miss a video, and smash that like button.